Hopefully I'm on Starlink and not our crappy Wi-Fi here. Anyway, I hope you can join in, pop in and say hi. I'm just going to do a short live stream here. Sitting in the shade, it's a warm day here on the Gulf Islands, 72.1, 44% humidity, so it's toasty out. Wendy's up in the back garden. She's in the shade too, so. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day out there. Absolutely beautiful. I got some watering done. I was out polishing the motorcycle up. Lots of chrome on the bike, so polishing that. Going to be riding it soon. I have to get some stuff done to it first, so I think by the end of the month I'll put it on the road. I have to put a few bucks into it. Unfortunately, about $1,500 cam tension. Cam chain tensioners need to be new ones need to be installed. So, what are you all doing today? What's going on out there, man, in YouTube land? We are just relaxing here right now. I was busy. I got up early this morning and I was working on one of the wood sheds. So that's why I'm just going to take a bit of a breather right now before I go down to the nursery and do some more watering. It gets pretty dry at this time of the year. Get my glasses. Do I have my glasses on? Oh man, I thought I had my reading glasses on. I don't. I got my sunglasses on. I'm gonna have to get them. But yeah, it's nice in the shade here. Little bit. There's a slight ocean breeze right now, which makes it all the world much more better, right? When you get a little bit of an ocean breeze on a hot day. So it's kind of relaxing here. I'm just listening to the birds. I'll turn this around so you can see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at a whole lot of vegetation. So we are on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific here. That's where I am broadcasting from. And when you guys tune into our videos, they're all raw and non-edited. Somebody says, oh, your voice is AI. Says, I don't use AI. No AI here, man. It's all unedited videos, right? So when I shoot something, that's the way I upload it. The only thing I put on them sometimes is music to the shorts, right? I like music, so I try to pick good tunes. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there, man. This is actually not my channel. This is Wendy's channel, and I shoot videos for her to keep it going. If I didn't keep it going, man, she'd probably just let it go by the wayside, right? So I'm going to go grab my reading glasses so I can see what's going on out here, man. And yeah, pop in and say hi. I'm just going to flip this thing around here. Oh man, it's sunny and hot here on the Gulf Islands. And the plants like it. This is a jungle garden, and jungle gardens love this heat, right? So we are in Canada. We're on an island in Canada off the far southwest coast of British Columbia. And you probably wouldn't believe it if I showed you these plants here. You'd probably think, well, this guy's full of it somewhere else. I've had people say that to me. We're not in Canada. Canada doesn't grow palm trees. Well, on the west coast of Canada, yeah, we can grow palm trees. There's lots of palm trees here along the west coast of Canada. And tree ferns and everything else. Eucalyptus trees, bamboo forest down here. Palms, bamboo, you name it, and it kind of grows here, man. And then, of course, the native Douglas fir trees. And everything else, the big leaf. That's the maple tree that's on the Canadian flag right there, Acer macrophyllum. So, and there's a palm in bloom right here. A lot of palms blooming right there. There's a male palm tree blooming right there. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get my glasses on, and so I can see if somebody decides to leave a comment. Oh, look like this plant's gonna bloom soon. This Heteromelies arbustifolia. This is a California holly, a toyon I grew from seed decades ago, and it blooms profusely, so lots of flower buds on that. The bees and the butterflies love it. So let's get in here and grab my glasses. Follow me in. Follow me in. I grab my glasses, so. And there's a view for you. What do you think of that? That's looking out the living room window. And that one's got a lot of seed coming on it. That's a female palm tree. They get a lot. They produce a lot of seed if they're pollinated, right? So that's there we go. Is Wendy out here? No, she's not out here. I'm going to sit here. She's way out in the shade. She's way out in the shade. Okay, so now I'm on the back sun deck. I'm on the back sun deck. There we go. Oh, that's better. And you know what? I should actually, I think it looks like I got a palm tree growing out of my head, right? There's the little dog. There's Kahoo. Hey, Kahoo. What are you doing? Hey? That's our puppy dog. He's actually not a puppy. He's pretty old. He's over 12 now, right? So. So how's everybody doing out there today? What time is it where you're at? It's around, I think it's, I think it's 12:30 here. Let's see. It is 12:40. 12:40. Somebody gave me some hearts. That's nice. I like to give hearts. Yeah, it's always nice to be nice when you come into someone's live stream, right? Yeah, we get a lot of trolls and spammers. So not on this channel, I don't. But on my other ones, I've done lots of live streams. I've been doing live streams for years on Banana JSSI and Jungle Josie Video Gates. There we go. That's the worst when that Starlink does that. It kind of craps out on me. But man, what a day. Look, it's not a cloud in the sky. It is absolutely beautiful. Just perfect weather here out on the islands. So we are on Salt Spring Island. Is it like Epstein Island? Epstein Island was in the tropics. We're off the west coast of Canada here, so we're far from Epstein Island. But you know what? A lot of people that live here call it Bed Spring Island. You know what I mean? Because it seems like the people that move out seem to be breaking up and going out with somebody else, so we call it Bed Spring Island. But it's not like Epstein Island. It's a pretty laid-back place out here. There's no traffic lights. There's no street lights. It's very rural. The only way out here is by boat. And I think the only way by Epstein Island to Epstein Island is probably by plane, right? I don't know. There's, I mean, you could probably get there by boat too. Obviously, it's an island. I think that was in the Caribbean. We're in here, right? And it is different than the rest of Canada. I'll spin this around, and you can see what I'm talking about. You're not going to see this type of flora in the rest of Canada, only out here in the islands, and of course along the Pacific coast. Coastal areas like Vancouver, south of Vancouver, grows the palm trees and the tropical like plants, just because the winters here don't get cold enough. There's a female right here going to bloom. It's blooming, so it's going to get seed on it. That's male up there has pollinated it. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm in British Columbia. I'm off the west coast of Canada. West coast, British Columbia. Look up Salt Spring Island. I'm on Salt Spring Island, okay? So Lake Table Salt and Bouncy Spring Island. Salt Spring Island, named after the salt springs on the north end of this rock. We're on the very northern tip of this island. This island is 16.7 miles long. Winters are mild and wet. We have special trees that grow here. They only grow in this part of Canada, out here in these islands, and some places along the coast of BC, right by the water. These are Pacific madrona trees, and they look tropical, like our eucalyptus. They're evergreen, so they stay green year round. The bark peels like eucalyptus. They have beautiful kind of reddish orange bark. They get flowers in the spring that are sweet like honey, and then in the fall, red berries the birds eat. They love them. So we have a lot of these here. It's very beautiful here. I'll show you off the back deck here. It's we can grow a lot of cool stuff here. That's why I like it. And grow cool plants. So the winters here never get cold enough to bother these. So there's your western red cedar, Thuya plicata, native maple right there. So we have lots of native stuff around us too. Douglas fir, the mighty Douglas fir. That's Douglas fir, that's grand fir. There's western hemlock there. And then there's some redwoods. There's the top of some California coast redwoods. Those are Douglas fir. Then of course the Pacific madrona. And then down in the back there, you can see some really cool stuff. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario. Okay, cool. So a long way away from here. 3 time zones. We're Pacific time zone. You can see the figs on here, eh? These fig trees produce a lot of figs. Look at the figs on there. See that? They'll be ready to pick in probably July. We have a lot of fig trees here. There's loquat. There's guavas down there, pineapple guava, Feijoa olive trees. And then way down in that deep ravine, we got bamboos growing and lots of palms, bald cypress, eucalyptus, that's the Australian gum tree. These are fatsia trees. So in the wintertime, this place looks the same. It's always green. There's strawberry trees there, Arbutus unido compacta, and they get fruit on them you can eat. They're not actually a strawberry, but they call them a strawberry tree because they are red like strawberries. But they're good. They're actually quite yummy. I like them. They're juicy. And here's another fig tree here, but this one's just in a pot. It stays out year round. There's a fig on it. There's one fig right there. And yeah, we got a lot of neat things. We do have strawberries. I've never been to Ontario. The farthest east I've ever been is in Canada is Edmonton, Alberta, and then Drumheller. Went there a couple times over the years. Summer. Oh, look at that. What's up there, Kahu? Look at that. Turkey vulture flying around up there. Look at that. He hates turkey vultures. You see that? There's a buzzard right there. We got a lot of turkey vultures here. And he does not like turkey vultures. Doesn't like eagles either. So they got good sense of smell. And they can smell. Oh, you know what it is? I put a carcass in the chicken carcass, like bones and stuff for the ravens. Hey, Alan Bacon, how's it going, man? Good to see you, man. Welcome to, here, let me spin that around. There's a vulture flying around out here. Ontario isn't as good as this. No, the climate here is the best in Canada. Out here on the islands and the west coast of Vancouver Island, it is the mildest climate in all of Canada year round. Yeah. What does this say? Said hi. Yeah, good to have you in there. Alan, a long-time viewer, and Malana, that's a nice name, Malana, in Hamilton, Ontario. Ontario's a big province, man. It's like really big. I mean, British Columbia is big. Most of the provinces are pretty big except the Atlantic ones, right? But yeah, no, I was born and raised here. I've been here my whole life on the coast, born in Vancouver, been on this island for a long time since the early 90s. But my parents bought here in the 70s, 78 they bought here. So it's kind of like a lot of retired people here. And we used to have like my mom and dad always had a summer home here. So we'd come over, stay for a few weeks at a time. They've owned a few pieces of property here. But yeah, get away from the mainland because the mainland's just a rat race, right? So come out here to the Gulf Islands, Southern Gulf Islands. There's thousands of islands off the coast of British Columbia. This is one of thousands of islands. So I'm in the Southern Gulf Island chain, which is basically the same archipelago as Washington State, San Juan Islands. So if you look at the San Juan Islands off of Washington State, we can actually see them from fishing. Was it last year or the year before I was out fishing off the south end of Saturna Island, which is another Southern Gulf Island. The Saturna's here and Washington State's right there. And I'm looking right into the San Juan Islands. I caught a fish right there. Beautiful pink salmon. My buddy caught a pink salmon and we came home and threw them right on the barbecue. Cleaned them, threw them right on the barbecue. That's the way to do the pinks. You don't want to store them in the freezer, man. Best. Fresh is best. There, we're live again. Frickin' internet drives me. There, we're live again. Frickin' internet drives me crazy, man. That Starlink craps out on me every so often. I've heard Thunder Bay, Ontario. Yeah, is that good? I don't know. I've heard of Thunder Bay for sure, but I've never been there. But if you like mild winters and you like to garden, you got to come out here to these islands, man. When it's snowing and frigid in the rest of Canada, we're out here mowing the lawn. But our winters are wetter out here on the Gulf Islands. Yeah, we can get snow, but it never lasts that long. It ends up turning to rain. That's for sure. But yeah, there's a lot to see and do on these islands. And from south of Vancouver, there's a ferry terminal in a town called Tsawwassen. And it's actually spelled with a T-S, Tsawwassen. It's a native name. And you catch a ferry from there, and it comes into the Gulf Islands here. So usually first stop is Galiano. People get on and off. And then it goes over to Maine, people get on and off. Then it goes to Pender, people get on and off. And then it comes over here to Salt Spring, which we're the farthest southwest. So it's usually a 3-hour trip from the mainland. If you're lucky enough to get a direct ferry From Tsawwassen, it's only 1.5 hours, so it's not that bad, right? But if you got time and you're relaxing, you take that 3 hour, call it the milk run, 3 hour cruise, and if you're lucky, you will see some whales out there. You might see some dolphins. There's lots of white-sided dolphins and Dall's porpoise out there in the ocean between here and the mainland, right? So I think we're about 23 miles from the mainland, something like that. Far enough away, but hey, in my opinion, I'd like to be farther away. I'd like to be about another 1,500 miles southwest of here. More remote is better, so. But anyway, we're thinking on selling our place here, and if and when it does sell, we'll move over to the Big Island, and the Big Island is Vancouver Island. Anywhere from like Cowichan Bay to say Chemainus area. There's lots of nice, it's anywhere near the ocean in that area is absolutely beautiful. So that's what we're looking at. We want to downsize. I'll totally miss this garden because Wendy and I created this garden. And yeah, that's the only thing I'll really miss. I love the house too. The house is pretty cool, but I'll definitely miss the garden. There's so many cool plants. It's like a botanical garden here, man. You'd have to see it to believe it. In person, you'd really have to see it. Videos don't do it any justice. You can watch the videos I shoot here. If you want to see more gardening videos, go to my channel, Banana J SSI. Banana Joe, Salt Spring Island. So Banana J SSI. Lots of garden videos there, and you'll see some really cool plants that grow on our coast here. Because I go all over with my camera, Vancouver, mainland, anywhere. And I videotape plants and sometimes random things so you can see what goes on here on the west coast of Canada, right? So this internet drives me crazy. 86 degrees and wow, it is 73 here right now, about 73. And last time I looked was 44% humidity. So it's going to get up to around, I think they said 77 today, something like that. So it's toasty in Mexico. I got a friend that just messaged me this morning. He moved to Mexico from Ontario. He used to live on the coast here, Vancouver Island, now Esquimalt. Then he moved to Ontario for a few years. Now him and his wife are running an accommodation, I think, south of Puerto Vallarta. He just messaged me this morning. So good place to be. Nice, free country, man. Gotta like Mexico. Wendy and I were planning on doing that. We're planning on going to Mexico, but you know what? Now I think we're probably just going to stay here at this age, 61. That's a big move, man. That is a big move going down to Mexico. But hey, the stuff you can grow down in Mexico is awesome. New Mexico. Sorry, New Mexico. Yeah, my cousin used to live in Albuquerque, so I didn't read that right. New Mexico, which is a beautiful area too. My cousin loved it there. Passed away last summer, but he moved there from Hawaii. He was born and raised here on the coast in White Rock, south of Vancouver, and then he moved to Hawaii, lived there for 10 years, 5 on the Big, 5 on Oahu, and then over to New Mexico. Hawaii was just too expensive, and he moved to Albuquerque, and he absolutely loved Albuquerque, New Mexico. High elevation, lots of blue sky. Winters were colder but dry, and you can still grow lots of cool stuff in New Mexico. Yeah, so it's warm there, and it's dry heat, right? Dry heat in New Mexico. Beautiful. No, I'd like to go there. Wendy was in Arizona in early March. She was in Sedona and Mesa. And it's funny, when she went down to Sedona, she was down there for, I don't know, there we go. Live again. This bloody internet, man. I don't know why it does that. It just scrolls sometimes. It just craps out on me. So anyway, I'm not going to complain. It's a pretty nice, keeps dying on me, the internet. So I should actually pack this in. I appreciate you guys tuning in from New Mexico and Ontario. And join us for more live streams here. Check out the videos. I do lots of shorts here on Gulf Island Rock. And the reason it's called Gulf Island Rock, well, because we're on the Gulf Islands, and people that live here call this the rock because it's very rocky, the soil. Lots of rock here, man. Sandstone and shale. So anyway, you guys have a great day out there. Enjoy that heat in beautiful New Mexico. And Milana, enjoy Ontario. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And make sure to tune in if you see me live streaming. Pop in and say hi. And also check out the videos here. We shoot a lot of garden videos and random stuff too. I'm kind of a random guy. Anything random is good. So cheers to you all out there in YouTube land. And enjoy your day. Drink lots of fluids. Don't get heat stroke, right? And kind of stay in the shade. Wendy put up this patio umbrella. So I got a little bit of shade here, man. It's quite nice. Yep. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to go get me a cold drink right now. All right, guys, cheers to you, and all the best. See you next time.